for example number 2, here we're going to use the sine of u equals 3/5 to find the sine of 2u, the cosine of 2u, and the tangent of 2u. So when we solve these equations, we first need to draw a triangle in quadrant 1, because this is saying we're in quadrant 1. So draw a triangle so you're in quadrant 1. And then if your theta is down in the triangle here, then that means your sine is a 3/5, because that is your opposite and your hypotenuse. So that means you have a 3, 4, 5 triangle. So now when we want to find the sine of 2u, we have to use our formula that's given. So the sine of 2u, that is equal to a 2 times the sine of u times the cosine of u. And what we're going to do is we're going to plug in some fractions here. So we're going to have a 2 times, and so instead for the sine of u, we're going to plug in a 3/5. And for the cosine of u, you're going to plug in a 4/5. So when you multiply these through, your value here is going to end up being a 2 times 3 is 6 times 4 gives you 24 over 5 times 5, which is 25. So there's your first answer. There's the sine of 2u. Now the cosine of 2u, you actually have 3 different formulas you can use. And it doesn't matter which one you use. I'm going to use the one when we have cosine squared u minus the sine of squared u. And so since I already know the fractions for this, I can plug in a 4/5, and that'll be squared. That'll end up being a 16/25 minus 3/5 squared, which would be a 9/25. So if we take these two fractions and subtract them, we end up and we get a, whoops, I already put the answer. If you have 9/25, then you get a, then you're going to end up, this is a 25, you end up getting a 7/25. So that's your answer for the cosine of 2u. Now the tangent of 2u, you can actually use your formulas, or there is one way you can make this a little bit easier. The tangent of 2u is equal to, you can take the sine of 2u divided by the cosine of 2u. So that means you're going to end up having a 24/25 divided by a 7/25, and if you multiply by the reciprocals, you end up getting a 24/7. So there are your 3 values for the sine of 2u, cosine of 2u, and the tangent of 2u.